Hey everyone, welcome back to Vis 237. Today we're going to be going over the deliverables for assignment number 2. For my daytime class, you'll find that your assignment is actually due this Friday. So I decided to make a unlisted video for you guys, as you guys only have until Friday, this Friday, for this to be completed. So I figured that I would give you a bit of a head start on how to get some of the deliverables done. So right away, you should have already reviewed your assignment instructions and criteria. I went over the memo format last week. Copy and paste instructions, don't worry about that for now. Today, we're going to focus on MS Visio. So right as you open MS Visio, you'll find yourself like in the lab, or if you've downloaded it at home now, which fortunately you have, for those of you who have, recently bd.sfu.ca/imagine has been taken down and you can no longer download MS Visio from there. So for those of you who still have it at home, it's awesome. But for those of you who don't, unfortunately, you're going to have to work in the labs. But don't worry, I'm going to walk you through this process so that you don't have to spend too many hours in the lab. I know it gets kind of hot. Like, let me ask this search button thing. I don't even know what this is called, but yeah, when does summer begin, right? Like, that's a common question. Like, if you come to my lab, you'll find out, okay? Like, when does summer begin? But anyways, we're gonna go with the office layout template today. Click on it once. If these units don't show up the first time, go ahead and just click on the X again, click on it again, and for the second time, like 99.99% of the time, unless you consider, like, alpha as 5%, but that's another course anyways, you're going to want to stick with metric units for this assignment. So go ahead and click metric units, click create. And I'm working on Visio 2016 right now. It's very similar to the one that you have in lab. Don't worry, you won't lose any marks. Also be forewarned that anything that you create in the labs gets erased, I believe, every 24 hours. So always make sure to save your files periodically and email them to yourselves via SFU email or via Gmail, or whatever you use to sort of send it back to yourself as a backup copy. So anyways, let's get started with the assignment. So looking back at the PDF that you should have read, you're going to find that this assignment pretty much takes into consideration everything that you've learned all the way from week 1, all the way from creating a cover page to pivot tables. Don't worry, you won't have to create a pivot table for this assignment if you don't want to MS Access, which we learned in the last 2 weeks, and finally today, Microsoft Visio. See, they're all highlighted, meaning that they're important. Hint, like kind of like how in the textbook is. I'm not sure how these jokes are gonna play out over video, but hopefully, like, you're entertained. Anyways, you're an associate manager at Astrid, a large Scandinavian retail store. We'll get into the, what this all means later on. There is a purpose behind why we put that there. You're gonna have to choose 15 different products from the database that we give you. So if you go into assignment number 2, we give you the database here. So if I open the database, there are exactly 74 products. So going back to the assignment now, you'll find that you need 15 different products, including at least one item from each of the 9 categories. Okay, so let's take a look. So there is category 100, 200, 300, but that's kind of silly. Let's use the filter button. So you can click that, and you'll find that, for instance, there's 300, 400, 500, 600, 800, 900, etc. You need at least one product from each of the 9 categories. So we've already helped you select 9 out of the 15 items. Now it's it's pretty much your turn to decide on what the final 6 should be. So as an example, a question that often gets asked is, well, if I use 15 ALF laptop tables, Does that count as 15 different items if they're different colors? No, this is only one item because the product ID is 110. That counts as 1 out of 15. So if I see 15 laptop tables, like, we're gonna have a problem. Like, I don't have 15 laptops to give you. Okay. Anyways, moving backwards or forwards now, since we're always forward, looking. Let's create a sample Visio diagram using the prescribed dimensions that we give you. So if I go all the way to page 3 right here, it's indicated that your assignment for Visio anyways is going to be created from the bird's eye view. The length of the two side walls are 3.5 meters and the length of the back wall is 4 meters. Think of this as an IKEA showroom. If there's a front wall, like this is dash line to indicate that it's an opening, how are people going to get in? Are they going to like look through the windows? So like that's a hint. Don't use windows, please. Like, I do not want to see windows unless it's like for like a bedroom setting. But this is a quasi like office setting. But anyways, the length of the back wall is 4 meters. You'll find that the width and depth dimensions from the products tables. Since we're looking at the split from the top, you should use the width and the depth. Okay. So what does that mean? What does that translate to in Visio? So you're given 3 dimensions: height, width, depth in your products table. Ignore height because think of it as, you're in an airplane from WestJet coming back from Toronto and you're looking downwards into your house. You're not going to be able to determine how tall your house is unless you literally measured it out, in which case I don't think anyone has. I haven't anyways. Yeah, this dimension we don't need. Okay, you don't delete the field, but we can just hide it for now. Okay, just for the purpose of this video, we can simply hide it. So again, for the purpose of this video, you can simply hide that field, but you're not gonna want to delete it. Okay, that is the key thing. So going back to Visio now, our room is going to be the size of, as mentioned here. The side walls are 3.5 meters. Let's go ahead and do that. So there's different ways of doing it. So you'll find that the back wall, like I said, is 4 meters, and the height, which is the side walls, will be 3.5 meters. You can also do it in centimeters. You'll get the same mark. You'll also find that it shows up in millimeters here. That's perfectly fine. We can further auto align our not auto align, rotate our shapes. That comes into play later on. But like, just keep in mind that you can align certain items with other items if need be. Since we only have one object, just really nothing that you can reference it to. So let's get back into the video. Wait, we're already in the video. So like the Alv laptop table, what does it look like? Well, let's find out. You can simply search Alv laptop table, images, and that is what it looks like. Do you want 15 of these tables? No, the answer is no. Maybe 1, but not 15. Another common question that's asked is, can I use 4? And how will that count as 4 different items? No, that still counts as 1 item. Okay. So if I were to demonstrate, I'm just going to demonstrate to you guys about maybe 10 items. No, that's too many. Let's do 3 unique ones. Okay, so Alv laptop table being 1. The width is 91 centimeters. These are in centimeters. Okay, this is not in meters. Like, that's a pretty big table if it's in meters. But these are in centimeters, not millimeters. Okay, it's centimeters. So let's put in a table. So we can go under office furniture. We can go ahead and put in a table. With this table, you can rotate it, etc. Line it up. Like, this is the corner table. Like, for those of you who know what that means, like, this is the timeout table. It's not a good sign. Anyways, the Alv laptop table is, what is it? 91 centimeters for the width, and the height is 36 centimeters. So we can just type that in. And you guys are probably wondering, how is he able to just like go from one to the next? Well, you can press tab and it'll bring you to the next one. Like tab, 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 tab. Okay, no more fooling around. And I want to be able to label this item. The way in the PDF teaches you is to double click it, and I'll demonstrate that. You double click and a text box surely arrives, and you can type in out of laptop to be able to name it. But you can see that there is an issue with it because that doesn't look too great, does it? So let's press Control Z, or since this is a video, you could simply observe it and then do it later. What I want you to do right now is actually use something called the callout function. So you want to go to the Insert tab, insert a callout, text box, boom, and we're going to label this ALF laptop table. There should only be 15 labels. Also, I want this to be labeled with the product ID. So the product ID was 110. Okay, so that's simply all you need to do, and voila, we're done for one of the items. That wasn't too bad. Okay, so we've done one of the categories. Let's move over to a stranger category, like a sofa bed. The sofa bed. Okay, like the Bading Marble sofa bed. I hope I somehow pronounced that correctly. So let's find a sofa bed. Sofa. Okay. Sofa. Bed. You'll find that I'm trying to align my sofa to the wall to optimize my space. Okay, anyways, like we did earlier, we need to label this because in your PDF that you're given an example, but this, like, how am I supposed to know what table this is, or what chair this is, or what desk this is, or what bin this is, or what potted plant this is? Like, I don't know. Like, I literally don't know. So please, I'm asking you to label them like the way I am teaching it right now. So, go to Insert, call, simply text again. I don't know why it's doing this. Why during my videos? But anyways, you're gonna want to label this after putting the dimensions in, width and depth, which in other words, width and height in Visio. So 21 centimeters, 104. Let's see what happens. 21 centimeters, 104 centimeters. Nope. So this 21, 104 centimeters. You'll find that no matter what you do for some of these items, the width always changes when you change the height, or the height changes when you change the width. So let's see what happens again. So I'm typing in 2.1 for the width, but look what happens to the height. It changes. So to get rid of that property, we have to go to our File tab, go to under Options. These are not my initials, but anyways, you're gonna want to go to Customize Ribbon. You're gonna want to put on the Developer tab, click OK, and we are now developers. Developer tab. We can now click on this object, this sofa that we've created, go to Protection, and get rid of the aspect ratio protection. Get rid of it. There should be, just click None, okay? Just click None. And click OK. So let's try that again. 201 centimeters, 104 centimeters. Ooh, that does not look like a good sofa to me. So you're allowed to also switch it around, just for the sofas, okay? Just for the sofas. I think I'm on like a wonky design. Let's change up the colors or something. Oh wow, now it's blue. Like this is what jump cuts are. So this sofa obviously doesn't work too well because See, notice how a small change in the height allows it to have 2 seats. So let's get rid of this. Let's go back to the basics. You can search for a shape. We're gonna search for sofa. Stick with this one. You know what? You stick with this one. This is the classic. Okay. It's a lazy sofa. Like, this is not an office layout. If you have a sofa in the back, it means it's a lazy office. Don't do it. But anyways, 21 centimeters, 104. Okay, and now we don't even have a sofa anymore. So, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Let's just... For the sofas only, you're allowed to flip it, okay? So let's flip... What is this? No. I don't want no changes. And 104 centimeters. 201 centimeters. And then, yeah, we have a proper sofa now. So only for the sofas are you allowed to switch the dimensions. So again, I want you to go and insert, call out. Don't use any of the other call outs. Like all these other ones. No. Just please don't. Use the one, this one, and we're gonna label it as 910 Beding Marble Sofa Bed. You can Control C this, 910 Beding Marble Sofa Bed. Perfect. So that's 2 out of 15. How much more can I fit into the next 15 seconds? Let us do another table. Let's do the Frederick desk. Okay, so for our final item, which is the Frederick desk, we can empty out our, if you still have something in your search box, empty it out. Go to your office furniture tab, not office equipment, for office furniture. We're gonna put in another table. Bada boom, bada bam. Another table. And for this table, we are going to make it so that the dimensions are correct. 140 by 72. 140 centimeters by 72. Let's put it in somewhere. Yeah, let's have our buddies work on this desk. By the way, like if you do this, like you're probably gonna get docked marks. This makes no sense. It might make some sense, but if you're not being productive, but it doesn't make sense if you want to be productive in an office environment. Anyways, go in here and let's figure out what the product ID was. 115, not that. It's 115. And what's it called? The Frederick desk. Okay. Sounds good. Awesome. So I'm gonna try and get under 20 minutes, but it will prove very beneficial for you, for those of you who want A's, that you get to the end here, because I'm gonna show you a secret. So secret is this rectangular room that you have is simply just 4 rectangles put together. Let's ungroup it. So click on your room, ungroup, click OK. And now notice how it's 4 rectangles. Take out the bottom one. Hold your control key and click the 3 rectangles again. Press Control G. Control G as in control plus group. That is your keyboard shortcut. So I've given you a template that you can now work with. You'll find right away that if you were to put in 15 tables, this is now like you're calling it like a store called table. No. This is like literally an IKEA, but it's called Astrid. So if I see like a store or like a layout with just tables, I'm gonna assume that you decided to rename our company brand name into store or table. But anyways, that's it for today. Thanks. Bye.